Hello all, this is Captain JJ here presenting you with another F-Zero livery recreation video. Last time round we did the Wild Goose and Pico. Now we're moving on to the signature machine that is Blue Falcon driven by Captain Falcon. That's the 07 machine, 111 in the SNES edition, and that's the binary for number 7. So first off we chose the blue colour and then chose to do the wing mirrors in yellow. It's a special colour for the blue and standard yellow for the wing mirrors. I say standard for a reason. As I've gone through previous videos, you are unable to transfer special colours onto the livery when you're on the decor section, so that is why. First off we are going to do the front of the machine and we are jumping in straight away to do the front part, which covers the cockpit. To paint that black, and then when we get onto this point, there we go, thank you very much, and then we are going to do the numbers. Now Blue Falcon is 07. I do have a 07 saved, but that's the GP Legend version, which I find it a little bit of inferior quality. So what I'm going to do is use the Super GT versions instead, which I feel goes better. So I've got 070 there, put that on one side. And then once I've done that, I'm going to duplicate that one to the other side, like so, and finish that. Now with that one, I'm going to colour it in white. I have to do a standard colour white instead of the usual colour white, simply because of the fact of what I've mentioned about special colours. Now speed up the footage here, but all I'm going to do is just transfer it to the 7. I got the wrong 7 there, get the right 7, there we go. Thank you very much, that is the front of the machine completed. Now this livery is going to be a combination of the XGX and anime versions of the machine, so it will be doing a bit of both on that one. Anyway, we are now moving on to the side where we're just going to complete the yellow section of the wing mirror, make sure it's completely there, color it, and then what I'm going to do is duplicate on symmetrically opposite, doesn't matter on it, so just duplicate it on that side, and that is the stripes done. Now we're going back onto the left hand side, and now we're going to put the name decal. I'm going to do the name decal 4 times, 2 on each side. So first up we're going to do the side of the machine, just turn that slightly and enlarge it so that it covers, I said enlarge it, thank you. So I'm going to enlarge it like so, make sure you can see the whole name. I'm going to colour it white like so, and now to do the same we're going to duplicate it symmetrically, and now that was the incorrect side, so horizontal, vertical, there we go, flip. So that side's now done, just checking all the other sides to say it looks good, which it does. So now we're going to move on to the side numbers. I'm going to do exactly the same principle as I did on the front, get the 0 first, like so, colour it white. Okay, finish editing that one. I'm not going to duplicate it until after I've done the next number, which is the 7. So let's put 7 in here. Yep, okay, there we go, that's good. To put the number 7 here, that's fine. Just make sure it lines up properly like it does there. So just color it white, like so. Now what I'm going to do is duplicate on the other side, move it to the left, same with the 7, move that right, and then the 7 on the left, and then the 0 on the left, and there we go. Now I've noticed also that it was overlapping on some elements, so I just do a little quick modification, and then we're good to go. Now we are going to move on to the stripes. On the Blue Falcon there are 4 reds and 2 white, 4 reds, excuse me, I can't, 4 reds, yeah, and 3 white. So what I'm going to do is turn the 4 plated 190 degrees and put it towards the rear of the machine. I would eventually get it right. No, 90 degrees. I did that wrong. There we go. There, just do a shorter one. I only do it short so that it doesn't overlap the rear, because there's nothing on the rear on that one. So just colour it a standard red and then duplicate it on the other side. So now I'm going to do the 3 individual straights, because there isn't any one for 3, and if I try to do 3 it will just overlap, so I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is select a singular shape, turn it over to the same angle, and fit it in between where the reds are. Now, because this is a lateral livery, lateral deco even, excuse me, it will overlap. So I am just making sure it doesn't overlap and also it fits in perfectly. As you can see, I can... Now this part here is a little bit more on the tricky side because of the extra little aerodynamic aid on the machine. So what I'm doing is just making sure I can at least get it level. This did take quite a bit of time. And then what I do is duplicate on the other side, and then duplicate it again, duplicate it on the other side, and then it's a repeat process until the very end. Now, as you can see, I didn't quite get the length right, so what I'm doing is doing a quick alteration and a duplicate on the other side, which is fine. So now I'm going to do the same with the other two white lines, like so. But I didn't do the duplication with this time round because I wanted to make sure I got it right both sides without deleting the wrong layer. So with that, the side elements are now done. Now we're going to go onto the roof section, where I will put the other two named decals which I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to put it on top and on the side, so people can see it. So extend the thing, just enlarging it, do a small angle as well, color it white, same principle. Now what I'm going to do here is duplicate symmetrically and then turn, flip horizontally 180 degrees, and that's the blue Falcon on the roof section done. Now we're going to go onto the rear. The anime version has grills at the rear to keep the machine cool, so what I'm going to do is replicate that here. So it's 3 or 4 rectangular shapes on either side. So what I'm going to do here is the first one is to try and get it level with the rear wing. I say level with the rear wing. Come on, that's it. Yes, no, that's too wide. Yeah, okay, yeah, alright, that's good, good. Now we just need to extend it a little bit more. That's it, perfect. So color that black. We're going to speed up the footage a bit because this is just duplicate, rinse and repeat, like so. So what I'm doing is duplicate on the other side. When I get to that one, duplicate it again, and then move it to the appropriate places, like so. And just to get the fourth one done, there we go. So back to the roof section again. Just trying to think of my next move here. Going to put a pattern on the top of the roof because there is also a small pattern as well on the machine. So it's one of those fade out patterns. Just get it down to an appropriate size. Yeah, that's too white. There we go, that's better. It's a bit too close there, I think. I do make an alteration to this, but I'll mention it a little bit later on. So color it light blue. Duplicate opposite side. Do the same again. Oh, I don't know. That's the wrong side. Flip horizontally. If you do it on the wrong side, you can easily just flip it horizontally, which I'm doing here, which will make sure it's now facing in the correct direction. And as you can tell, there we are. Now I noticed around this point here that it wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. So what I'm going to do is just move it up slightly, like so. Going to do the same here to make sure it evens up, and again on that side too. Oops, oh, that's not right. So what I did there was that I scrapped the left hand side and then duplicated it on the other side, like so. A bit of an easier job than trying to painstakingly do it. As you can tell, there's a repeat. There we go. So that side, that is how done. That's done to a good standard. So now I'm going to put the yellow line here to represent the yellow section cutting on. So I'm making sure I also don't touch the bar on the roof, on the side of the frames as well, because it doesn't touch them. So cut that yellow, and that is that one done. So now it's back, I believe, to the rear of the machine. Now the very rear of the machine is where the engine mounts are. So I'm going to just do a 4-point here, which represents the Honda logo. The Honda logo is where the exhaust thruster is, so just going to represent that. Small circle, colour that black. Now it's rinse and repeat, duplicate on the other side, duplicate below, put it closer, and then duplicate other side. Rinse and repeat, make sure it's even, and that is that section completed. If you are enjoying the video so far, please do leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section, and please do subscribe. This is a weekly project that is being launched every Sunday. Last week was the reception because of the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day shenanigans. We are now moving on to the right hand side. There's a small section as well, with a small rectangular section followed by a few silver rectangular shapes representing the other grills on the rear. So just colour that black and then duplicate on the other side, trying to find a rectangular shape. Now what we're going to do is fit those into the black rectangles we've created earlier, like so, and now we're going to colour those in a grey so that it's light enough to be seen. We don't want them blending in, so duplicate, push down, duplicate other side, duplicate, push that down, rinse and repeat until you've completed the whole area, which has just been done on the left. I also noticed that the grills were a little bit too wide, so I've narrowed it down, duplicated it on the other side. Just making sure I'm trying to find the right one, so there is a bit of speed up footage there to make sure I did. Eventually did. Now, a little section also to cover the rear end of the car in black. Just making sure it covers the rear in a nice black colour. I also realised it wasn't the right shape, so it's a rectangular shape. Colour it in black. I said colour it in black. Or you just making sure it's fine. Yep, there we go. Colour it in black. And then you are done. Just checking one last section. Because I did render this machine, but I realised there was a rectangular shape at the top of the roof, so I'm just going to fit that in. Like so, and there we go. That is also I need to colour it black as well, just like I did with the other machine, other parts of the grills. So just got to colour that in black. If I can find the black, it is. There we go. Colour it in black, and then finito, the blue Falcon is finished. Now I did make a couple of changes which were not shown on video. I did change the blue here to make it look a little bit more better. Next week, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below, share the video as well. This is a weekly project, as I said. Blue Falcon is now complete. Next week, we'll be moving on to 08, which is a deep claw driven by Optimal Takoan race. Very intelligent breed, hey, but a little bit full. But in the anime, just add the money. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. New daily races this week. I'm at New Era from Friday to Sunday. And then I'll see you next time. Have a very pleasant